How's it going, YouTube? Chris here, my home theater. Got a brand new video for you today. I did a video, it's probably been 2 years, if not close to 3 years now. I did a head-to-head comparison of Dolby Atmos and DtsX. There was a movie that I found out, I think it was a North Korean or South Korean movie, where it was from Korea. The movie had the same soundtracks, had DtsX, and it had Dolby Atmos. So I ordered a movie, took a good while to get it in. So when it come in, I did a comparison and I did a video on it. And I have been waiting so long for them to bring out a movie that we all would know in both formats. Well, today has finally arrived. And this is the movie. So this version of WaterWorld came out. It's probably been a year or so ago. I can't remember. And this is the universal release. And as you can see, it's in DtsX. And it's a great transfer. I mean, you can take or leave the film. I know a lot of people don't like it. I like the film. It's in DtsX. It was a good transfer. And I definitely like the soundtrack. But Arrow Video has just released. It comes out Tuesday. I was lucky enough to get mine yesterday. And this has a newly remastered Dolby Atmos soundtrack. So I was extremely excited to get my hands on it. And not that we're going to debate on which one is best, because both formats are really good. But there's things that I noticed on that Korean film. They were just about identical, but there was no overheads. It was basically a bed layer speaker soundtrack. There was nothing overhead. So with WaterWorld, of course, there's a lot of overhead activity, and I put in the Atmos. I hadn't watched the DtsX one in a while, so I put in the Atmos version, and right from the beginning, when the movie comes on, the music's playing through the Atmos effects speakers. I mean, you got all kind of things going down here on the bed layer speakers. When he goes like into his little galley up under in his ship, I mean, you can hear the things over your head, and just throughout the movie, had a right good bit going on. And so, of course, I pop in the DtsX version, and I hear about the same thing. Now, trying to figure out how to say what I want to say. The DtsX version sounded really good, and I was very happy with that. This is an older film back from the 90s. I can't remember exactly when in the 90s, but it was in the 90s. So the soundtrack is really good, and what they did with the remastering it in the DtsX sounded really good. But to me, it still had a hint of being an old movie. Now, let's switch over to the Dolby Atmos. I didn't feel like that at all. The Dolby Atmos just sounded fresh. It sounded new. And honestly, guys, I took on a whole new like for the movie. And I already liked the film. But to me, it just I don't know, guys. It just made it that much better to me. I mean, it was really a night and day difference. I didn't think it would be that much of a difference, but it really was. I'm hoping we can get a newer film to kind of test, but those guys, I mean, I don't know. I've tried to do some digging to see. I know Arrow. I don't know if they do all their remastering themselves. Do they have Did they go back and get the director, or do they have their own sound engineers? I tried to do a little bit of digging to see, what all entails how they do their things. Because guys, I mean, even the picture quality, and the picture quality on this version didn't look bad, but the Air version, I don't know what they did. They did a fantastic job. And if you like WaterWorld, and they have all these other cuts that I'd never heard of, the Ulysses cut, they got a TV cut, and I got to go back and watch those. But I was interested in the Atmos, sound. So because I wanted to do this video, I wanted to see which one did I think was better. And the DtsX, like I say, it had a hint, just a hint. I mean, you could hear it. It had a hint of being dated. Now, it still sounded good. You still had, Atmos effects that had bass. And I don't know, I didn't take any measurements. I didn't take anything, and I should have. And I may go back and do some of that stuff later, just for me, and maybe to post some stuff on my Instagram. But I didn't take any measurements to see if, okay, at the same volumes, is this one playing better? Is this one playing louder? Now, I did that with the other movie. I actually took a decibel meter, and the DtsX, their explosions were louder. Now, on this one, when they had any kind of bass and stuff like that, the DtsX, the bass, I don't know if it seemed louder, but the Atmos seemed cleaner. And guys, now I'm a DTS guy. I have been DTS ever since DTS come out and I got in the home theater. Because it will, to me, DTS has always been the superior format. It had it always had deeper bass. It had better bass. I thought the sound stage had a wider, greater effect. But I'm gonna tell you something. Dolby Labs, to me, when they come up with this format, the Dolby Atmos, they really outdid themselves. Now, the movie studios, sound engineers, or whoever really, really, really needs to get on board and do better when they are doing these movies, because we pay, and I said this in another video, we pay so much money to put together our home theater. We want the latest and greatest formats. We want Dolby Atmos. We want DtsX. We want IMAX Enhanced. We want anything sound and picture related. We want the best of the best of the best of the best, because that's what we desire. And then when we get it, and they bring these movies out, it's almost like it's a kick in the gut. It really is, because we're anticipating great things, and we don't get it. So I mean, I don't know why the sound engineers don't really step up their game. I don't know why they don't step up their game. But Dolby Labs, they really have done a tremendous job with this format, Dolby Atmos. And honestly, guys, if I had to pick which one's better, DtsX or the Dolby Atmos, Dolby Atmos is a clear winner. And I just felt, when I put this version in, I felt more immersed. There were little sounds that I didn't hear in the DtsX version. I didn't hear it. There was just more clarity. There was more depth. I mean, you felt like you were on the ocean with the waves and all that kind of stuff. You felt like you were under his ship, in his cabin and stuff, with things, banging against each other, swinging in the waves and stuff. You felt like you were there. And man, yeah, you can feel like that on the DtsX version, but there was just so much more clarity and depth with the Dolby Atmos version. So I mean, guys, I think the jury's still out on which one's better. But I know I love the DtsX format. I mean, you got the Harry Potters, you have most of the original Fast and Furious up to I think Fast 8, 7 or 8 is in DtsX, and then they went to Dolby Atmos. Now, those movies sound fantastic. Now, I can't imagine what they would sound like in Dolby Atmos. Now that I'm hearing what this one sounds like in Atmos compared to DtsX, I mean, I wish we could get some newer movies, and I swear I don't want to have to buy another ton of movies just to get the newer format, but I'll do it. I really will. I wouldn't have bought this movie again, guys. Honestly, I wouldn't. I mean, as much as I like this movie, I wouldn't have bought it again. But it's in Dolby Atmos, and I'm telling you, I want to know which one's better. I mean, I'm always saying, God, I mean, I wish they'd put this movie out in DtsX. I wish they'd do this. I wish they'd do that. And I mean, am I wishing for the wrong things? That's why I want to know. I want to know which one's better. Which one's the superior format? It used to be DTS. Now, maybe it's Dolby Labs and Dolby Atmos. But I do know on this movie here, WaterWorld, that the Atmos version, in my opinion, and everybody's got an opinion. It's just like a butt. Everybody's got an opinion, but some do stink. My opinion may stink to everybody. I don't know, but from what I can hear, Dolby Atmos just blows it away. I mean, the bass was there. It was clear. It wasn't muddy. It wasn't, it was just clean, smooth bass. What I heard, and it's right good amount of bass in this movie. From what I didn't remember it being that much, and it just everything. The dialogue was always clear. I didn't have to listen to see what they were saying. I mean, they done a good job. Both formats are good, but I'm telling you, on this transfer, whatever Aero did, whoever done it for Aero, they definitely done a fantastic job on this Dolby Atmos sound mix. It's good, and they really, like I say, music's playing. Just they put stuff really where it should be. Now, as we all know, there's more that they can do, but I was well pleased with what I got. So, guys, if you like WaterWorld, hey, pick up this movie. It's coming out Tuesday. Like I said, I pre-ordered it. I don't know why Best Buy. I don't complain. I'm not asking no questions. They like sending me the movies early most of the time, and I enjoy getting them early. I really do, because I can get them in, I can watch them, and I can get my reviews out and let you guys know what I think. But if hey, pick this version up. I mean, it's pretty neat, guys. So you got your movie, and then you got some kind of book. I guess it's the book about the movie. You can see that talks about the movie, the actors and stuff, and then it's got a pretty cool poster. It's got the double-sided poster. I think Aero does a lot of that. I got a lot of sets that's got the double-sided poster. So they got I think this is the theatrical. That's the theatrical poster, and then I think might be theirs, like the cover, the Aero edition poster. And I thought about getting a frame and seeing if I can iron out those creases in there, and maybe framing or something. I thought about doing that, man, because they got some, I say, pretty nice little posters and stuff. So, guys, clear winner here. Dolby Atmos over the DtsX. I picked the Atmos, and that, I don't know that don't happen very often because I like DtsX, but in this movie, clear winner, in my opinion, is the Dolby Atmos. So, guys, that's my video. DtsX, Dolby Atmos. The jury's still out. I want some more movies. I really do. I want some more movies to get my hands on, to do some tests and stuff like that to see which one's better. But in this instance, Dolby Atmos is the clear winner. So, guys, y'all have a good week. Hey, drop down in the comments. Let me know if you picked this up. Did you pre-order it? Are you planning on picking it up? Guys, it's a very good disc, and I'm very pleased with it. So, guys, y'all have a good weekend, and we're going to see you again real soon.